Hey guys, NeoRox87 here. I'm here today to go over my changes for Season 42 of the Price is Right Pricing Game Recaps. So, first of all, we'll start with the opening, like Mr. Horgan did. Mr. Horgan is removing his disclaimer and he made his own intro, which he showed to everyone in his Season 42 recap changes. I, on the other hand, will not be doing anything like that. I'm going to probably just go back to how I used to do my recaps, starting them off. Turn on the camera, walk on, and now it's time for the Price is Right Pricing Game recap for Monday, November 4th, 2013. You know, that's just an example. So that's what I'll be doing. As far as other sound bites and all that's concerned, since we're on the subject, Season 42 I will be dropping the classic theme song. I always liked having that just because I can go a certain period of time without having to stop to change the song and all that and start it over. So that was one reason why I kept that for Season 41. But I'm not going to keep that for Season 42. What I am working on, though, is an extended version of the 2007 theme. So hopefully I'll be using that instead. Having the extended theme is much more convenient, I guess. It's the version I'm working on is about 2 minutes and 50 seconds long. My classic theme extended version was about 2 minutes and 39 seconds. So I'm putting my 2007 version together. So I'll be using that. If Mr. Horgan would like to use that as well, I can put that up for him. And as well as the classic theme if he wants that for his retro pricing game recaps too. I'd be more than happy to do that, and it's up to him to let me know about that. As far as other music and sound bites goes, I will definitely include more variety. When I made my disc for last year's recaps, Season 41, I didn't have a lot of extra stuff. Like, I didn't have... One thing that sticks in my mind is the Safecrackers theme. As you will recall, Jay Van Diesel joined me for the season premiere last year, and one of the games played was Safecrackers, and he recommended that I play the Safecrackers theme. Well, dummy me, I didn't put it on my disc, and I couldn't do it. And that goes for a lot of other music that's specific for one game, like Safecrackers or One Away and all that. So I'm going to add more sound bites. One Away horn, Safecrackers theme, probably the easiest 1, 2, 3 music. You know, more sound bites and stuff that are specific to certain pricing games. Like, I'll still have Make Your Move, the classic Make Your Move music. The thank you for that, that's also used in Cover Up. And other stuff like cliffhangers and stuff like that. So there'll be more of that. Let's see. My next topic here is, during a Skype chat I had with Mr. Horgan a couple months ago, we decided that this season I should be able to recap the games that I have not recapped yet. And I thought that was a good idea. So that will be happening this season, and there's I want to say about a dozen games or so that I haven't done yet. I'm going to show you guys the list on the screen right now, just because I don't remember what they all are off the top of my head. But this is something I want to emphasize, and that is, I don't want to do all of these games right away. Especially games I haven't had any real practice with. Like, for example, one of the games I haven't done is Spelling Bee. And I did that I did that on a retro pricing game recap once. I was really looking forward to it. When all was said and done with that recap, I really didn't think I did that great of a job. I felt I could have done a little better. So what I'm gonna do here is, for a couple of these games, I'm gonna ask to wait to do these, just because I need a little more practice with them. And that includes Spelling Bee, 5 Price Tags, and Temptation. Those 3 games I would like to wait to do until I've had more practice with. And with Temptation, well, actually with all of those games I just mentioned, I have those in retro pricing game recaps I would like to do in the future. So those I'm going to postpone. And I'll let everyone know when I'm ready to do those games. I did do Temptation in a retro pricing game recap I filmed about 2 months ago, which I haven't uploaded yet. And I felt it went really well. So if I can get a little more practice with Temptation, I'll be good to go. But out of all the games I have to do yet, there's one game I want to take care of right away, solely because of how infrequently it is played. And that would be Triple Play. Now, I know right now that is also a game that Martin S51989 wants to do or hasn't done, or whatever the scenario is with that. And he and I have come to an agreement that I could do the first playing of Triple Play whenever that may be. The only thing that would prevent me from doing Triple Play would be if That's Too Much is played on the same show. If that's the case, I don't want to do it. I want to avoid That's Too Much at all costs. I don't like the game. I've done it once, and I don't want to do it again. Now, I know I've said in the past I'd rather avoid freeze frame and clocking wherever possible, but I'm going to set that aside for Triple Play. If those are played on the same show as Triple Play, that's fine. I'll deal with it. Now, as far as other games, like I said, I don't want to rush into this. I just want to have this done before the end of Season 42. There's a backstory to some of this. I'll get into that a little later. I do know that Mr. Horgan and Sports Guy 520 have been talking about letting me, or I don't even know if this is true or not, but letting me do the third playing, I think it was, of the new game that's supposed to be coming this season called Do the Math. For right now, I think I'm going to pass on that, because I don't know exactly what that all entails right now. In fact, nobody does. All I know is it's going to be on the first show of Season 42, and it's played at door number 2, and it's played for 2 prizes. That's all we know right now. I'd like to wait on that. If I get it in another recap with one of my other games, I'd be okay with that. Chances are, though, it'll probably be played on the Best of 2013, which I'm under the assumption that I'll be doing that again this year. So like I said, some of these games I don't want to do right away. Triple Play, for sure, I'll take care of that right away. Off the top of my head, the games I can think of that I haven't done yet are 5 Price Tags, High-Low, Temptation, Line 'em Up, Swap Meet, Triple Play Spelling Bee, if I didn't say that already. Recently we just brought back Check Game. I don't know, I'm not in any rush to do that. I'm sure they'll be played plenty of times this season now that it's back. Quite frankly, I'm surprised it wasn't played on the Back to School show. I don't know, there's like about a dozen or so games I haven't done. But I'm just trying to emphasize, I don't want to do all of these right away. Aside from Triple Play, the rest of the games, I'm probably just going to have to pick and choose when I want to do it. So that's how it's going to be. And those of you concerned about that, I will let you guys know. This applies to the members of the recap team only. I will let you guys know on the Facebook page. Alright, next order of business. I do have a new shirt I'll be wearing in my recaps. Unfortunately, I do not have it as of yet, as of recording this video. It's supposed to be here later this week. I'm going to show you guys a picture of it right now. I did get it from Cafe Press. It's a black t-shirt with the words "Come on down" on it, just like, kind of like my one from last season. And that's the shirt I'll be wearing in my recaps for season 42. Now, this next bit of business I'm bringing up for the recaps for this season is a little more on the serious side. As many of you know, and some of you may not know this and all that, but last year in 2012, my dad had a bit of a health problem. And he was in the hospital for 2 months with a blood clot. Blood clot to his lungs. As a result of that, he lost 53% of his lung function. And now he's on blood thinners now for the rest of his life, basically. He no longer works. He can't work. This all dates back to the ankle surgery he had a couple years ago. And I've brought that up on YouTube before. And what I'm getting at here is, my dad requires my assistance with a lot of things. For example, I have to go with him to his doctor's appointments and push him in his wheelchair. And there's other stuff I do for him. Like, we need groceries, I'm the one who does the grocery shop. What I'm saying here is, there's various things that may keep me from doing a pricing game recap. Like, helping my dad with his doctor's appointments and stuff like that. Like I mentioned, and shopping and all that stuff. So what I'm saying here is, there may be times this season where it may be a few days before I can do the recap. And I just want you guys to know that, because this was one of the reasons why I took a hiatus last season, was because of the stuff with my dad going on. And it's just trying to watch the show, do my notes, help my dad out with doctor's appointments, and still have time to record a video for YouTube would be just too overwhelming. So there may be times where it may be a few days before I can do the recap. And I hope everyone on the recap team, and I mean everyone, is listening, because I don't want to happen again, and I don't want to bring this name up. I know this is kind of a turn in the punch bowl, so to speak, but I don't want things to go like things did a couple years ago with NBC 11 News Clips. So, and you guys should know that story by now, so I'm not going to explain it. You know, and there's various other things that I have to do in my life that would keep me from being able to do this right away. What I'm saying here is, my recaps this season may not come as soon as they can, as they have in the past. My motto here is, life comes first, YouTube comes later. So if it's a few days before I can get the recap up, please understand that. I just thought of one more thing, guys. If there's games that other people want to do this season and they're playing on the same show as mine, as some of my games, like for example like Triple Play or something, and other people, the Pricing Game Recap would do excuse me, would want to join me on my channel, I'd be okay with that. We'll just have to work out a time. I would really like to be able to do another video with Jay Van Diesel, whether it's a current recap or a retro Pricing Game recap. I had a lot of fun doing that with him last September, and we haven't done anything together since. So that'd be pretty cool to do. I'm open to others joining me as well too. So other than that, I know Mr. Horgan is planning on having me join him for the episode airing on my birthday, which is Monday, November 4th. Originally, the Teachers Special was supposed to air that day, but since the new schedule came out, that has changed. That show has actually flip-flopped places, if you'll excuse the expression, with the show that was supposed to air on, I think it was October 25th. So whatever show, the Teacher Special, they flipped it around. Whatever, I'm pretty sure it was the 25th. So the show that should air on the 25th is going to be airing on my birthday, which is Monday, November 4th. So I'll be joining him for that. Hopefully I get 1 or 2 or 3 games out of that. There are other games that I haven't done in quite a while I would like to do. Like Dice Game. The last time I did Dice Game was when I joined Mr. Horgan for my birthday back in season 40. So I'd like to, hopefully I get that with one of my other games. Other than me doing Pricing Game recaps for certain days, I'm still available for filling in for him. You know, but like I said, my recaps may be maybe a few days before I can get them up. So I'm not sure if he's still taping shows, but if Rob Wilson is still modeling on the show, I'm not really sure if I'm going to continue. I don't want to say ignoring him, but not mentioning him in my recaps, or if I'm going to add him. It depends if he's been taping shows or not. And to be honest with you, I don't know, and I don't care. I do need to clear the air about something about Rob Wilson. I have absolutely nothing against Rob Wilson personally. It's just the concept of Price is Right using male models. I just think it's stupid. I don't know. I went into detail on that in my Q&A video I did whenever I did that. So if you want to listen to me rant about it, then go to that video and watch that. So I really don't think I have anything else to say. If I think of anything else, I can add the stuff on the screen and all that stuff. So I think this season would be my 4th season with the Pricing Game Recap team. Is that right? I joined in season 39. 39, 40, 41, 42. Wow. 4 years. Man, that's insane. If only Richfield was still around. a shame that they don't have him around anymore. But that's a story for another day, folks. So, I don't have much else to say. If I think of anything else, I'll add it to the end of this video. So, as I usually say, I can think of one more thing, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. My recap signs I have on the wall behind me when I'm doing my recaps, I'm not going to change them at all, I don't think. I was going to use the new logo that they've been using, the one that's on the new version of PriceIsRight.com. I was going to use that, but the image is just too small, and I would have to blow it up, and it's just going to look terrible. So I'm just using the old one. I'm keeping that. I'll print out new signs to put up, because the one I have on my wall, it's still hanging up right now. Looking at it right now, it's pretty beat up, and so are my ones for my retro recaps too. So I'll print out new versions of them, and I'll go from there. I'll just use them. So I can't think of anything else. I'm out of here, guys. This is NeoRox87. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, it's me again. I just thought of one more thing. Remember how I was telling you guys about how sometimes my recaps will be a couple days before I can get them uploaded? Well, one of the reasons is because if it's a day where Frustrating92 doesn't upload his videos, then that becomes a problem. And especially if it's a day where I didn't record the show. I can do that myself, but I gotta know ahead of time if I'm doing the recap or not, which from day to day you don't know what games are going to be played. So that's one of the reasons why some of my recaps might take a couple days. In that case, I would have to rely on CBS.com, and we all know how much fun that is. I mean, I've tried using the blog sites. Like one time when I did the October 9th show of last year, when I did Magic Number, I used Quizx.com's recap of the show, and it turns out I had the brand of TV wrong in one of the games, and I just assumed that was right, and it wasn't. So using those sites is just not a good thing. So I just wanted to quick explain that. That's one of the reasons why my recaps might take a few days. I will add one more note to this. If my recap is not up within a week of the original air date, then you can start asking questions. Alright? Just so you guys know. Alright, this is NeoRox87. I'll see you next time.